Hey everyone, it's Anna. So I decided to order myself another set of colored pencils. I had heard some pretty good things about this set of pencils. It's the 120 Brutfuner oily colored pencil set. And these are the square barreled pencils. And I heard some good things from Lindsay, the Frugal Crafter, and another colorist that I watch. And so I thought I would order these, but gosh dang it, you know what? I can't get the cover off. I think I'm gonna have to cut this. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this. Goodness. I'll cut it down the seam here. And see what these look like here. I don't really want to slice into my hand here. There we go. So this was about $28, I think, on Amazon. $29 maybe on Amazon. And I have free shipping. So let's see, there's no information on the inside of the folio thingy, but there is some information on the back side. Not much detail. Kind of a funky paper cover though. Let's see, they come in just this nice black tin. It is a thin tin, and it looks like it got kind of schnockered in the mail there on the end. That's kind of a bummer. But let's take a look inside. So I had some of you ask about coloring with colored pencil, and so I thought I would pick up a set that's current on Amazon or online. That's not like my Rembrandts or my Soho Urban Artist pencils. They're not available right now. They're made in Austria, and they're not available. So I'd kind of like to try and use something that you guys, or that I can at least recommend to you, if it's just something that you're interested in. So I thought I would pick these up. Oh, they're really beautiful, actually. Look how fun they are. And they do have a square barrel instead of being round or octagonal. You can see it's square. So I thought I would give these a try and see what I think of them. I do have experience with some really nice quality colored pencils, so I do know what I like in a colored pencil and what I don't like in a colored pencil. So if these seem to be something that I would like using, I would definitely recommend them. But I will go ahead and I will, off camera, I will do a swatch of all the colors and see what I think. And maybe I'll do a colored image with you as well. So anyways, just thought I would mention this. The other thing I picked up that arrived today, I got another wax seal. This one is a daisy. I was looking to get a sunflower, but I haven't found one that I just truly like all that much yet. So I did find this daisy one, and I do really like this. So this might suffice for my sunflower. So picked that up as well, and it arrived today, and it has got a beautiful medium brown wooden handle. So it's really, really pretty, actually. So those are the goodies that arrived today, and I will go ahead and give these pencils a try and let you know what I think about them, and I'll get back to you. So stay tuned for more info on this, and then I will be doing some image coloring with pencils as well. I did one last night, actually, with just the colored pencils I had here at the house. So that's how he turned out, and I used this stamp here from Inkadinkado. So, and I used linen cardstock, so it's going to show the texture of the paper on the coloring as well, but I kind of like that. So anyways, just thought I would share this with you. I will get back in touch with you all soon about these pencils, and we'll be back to share more inspiration. So thanks for watching. Talk to you again soon. Bye. All right, so I'm back to show you some examples of the colored pencil coloring. So I've stamped this image from Amuse. cute little bunny stamp on some Bristol vellum textured paper, and it's 100-pound cardstock, and it's from Canson. I've also swatched out all of the Brutfuner colored pencils on the swatch paper that they provided, so it's not any quality paper. So just to give you an idea of all the colors that there are. And also what I've done is then once I stamped the image on that Bristol paper, the Canson Bristol paper, what I did is I colored the image with 4 of my different kinds of colored pencils that I have. The first one is the Koh-i-Noor. I don't know how that's pronounced, but they are a woodless colored pencil, and these are actually one of my favorite colored pencils. They're very rich in pigment. There's no wood, so the whole pencil is pigment, and so you get a lot of product for your money. So I love these pencils, and I actually use them quite a bit, and they don't wear down very much. You would think they would, since you're sharpening away all pigment, but they stay relatively sharp. So I really like those. And keep in mind too, I'm coloring really small images. I'm not doing really large pieces of artwork, so that might wear those pencils down faster, but just using it on small stamped images is fine. And they keep a really nice point. They sharpen to a really nice point. So I really enjoy those pencils. The only thing that I don't like about these pencils is the color palette. This is the extent of the color range. So I think there's only 24 colors, which is not very many. So, or at least that's how many I have. So there you can see the image colored. Let's see if I get the phone up here, or the light up. So they color really, really nicely. The second image is colored with my Prismacolor colored pencils, and they are very readily available, and I absolutely love these pencils. They're not a showy pencil. There's nothing fancy about these pencils at all, but they work beautifully. They are one of my favorite pencils, and I love the color range. There's like, I want to say 120 colors, but there may be more. So they are beautiful, beautiful pencils to use, and remain one of my absolute favorites. The image is colored there, so you can see how nice it looks. The next colored pencils I used were the Lira Polycolor, and they are from Germany. And they are also fairly readily available as well. You can buy them in sets, or at art supply stores you can generally find them as open stock. Same with the Prismacolor. The Prismacolor pencils are available as open stock in most art supply stores. Even Michael's, I think, carries them. And then same with the Koh-i-Noor. You can get them in sets, or like at our local art supply store, I can buy these open stock as well. So. And same with the Lira, but they are also a beautiful pencil. They have a color dipped or paint dipped end to show you what color is represented in the pigment. And they are also a very beautiful pencil. So there's the third image that's colored with those. And the fourth image that I colored, I used my Design Spectracolor pencils, and I have very limited color palette in these. These are pencils that I've had since I was in college and was taking art classes. I think I only have a pack of 12 maybe. So a very limited color palette. I know there are larger sets available, but they don't make these anymore. So you'd have to find them on eBay or something like that. So if you're lucky to find a large set, I would love to have a large set of these. These are my absolute favorite, and I don't use them as often as I would like to, because they will eventually be all gone and then I won't have any more. So I do keep them in my pencil case, and I do pull them out occasionally to use them, but I also just use them as I'm using other colored pencils as well. So those are the Design Spectracolors. and they are made in the United States, or were made in the United States, and they just color beautifully. If I had a full range of colors with those, that would be the pencil I would use all the time. They are just beautiful. They color so very smooth. So let me go ahead and stamp the next image. I have, let's see, I have a couple other brands as well. I have the Soho Urban Artist colored pencil, but these aren't available. So I was sticking to the ones that are currently available. So I'm not going to use that one right now. And then I also have the Prismacolor Marathon pencils, but I'm not going to use those either because I just use those for really fine details because they're a very hard medium. They have a really hard lead, and so I'm not going to use those. And then I also have the Faber Castell Polychromos. I will probably color a 6th stamped image using the Polychromos as well. So, but let's move on to these new, to me, Brutfuner square-barreled pencils. So I pulled out the colors that I'll likely use to color the bunny. And there you can see the palette there. They are an interesting pencil being that they're square. They did come sharpened, and they are sharpened to a square point, which I think is unusual. So I have not sharpened these in my little sharpener yet, but we'll give it a try. So let me go ahead and get my image stamped. I'm going to move my Lira pencils out of the way. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp my image. And we can go ahead and get started. So I'll go ahead and zoom in a little bit as well. He's pretty tiny. All right, so hopefully that stays focused. Okay, so I'm going to start with coloring the bunny, and I was coloring him with grays, so I'm trying to just be consistent with the colors that I'm using. So I've got, I like to try and do light, medium, and dark when I color with colored pencils, and so I did pull out a light, medium, and dark pencil. And these areas are fairly small, so it's not like I'm going to have to do a lot of work to get any sort of blending or anything like that going, so, which is okay. I mean, this is a realistic image that I would color with colored pencils, so I am perfectly happy with the work I'm going to have to do to color this image. Colored pencils take a lot longer than, say, watercolor painting or even coloring with Copic markers, just because you have to continue going back over the image to get any sort of blending or detail. Let's see, they do feel very nice on the paper. They go down nice, and I'll use the word creamy, smooth. So they don't have a lot of drag or rough sounding, like they don't sound like they're dragging against the paper. So that's nice. I'll use a slightly darker gray here. I have a little clean brush here that I'm using to brush away the pigment crumbs. All right, so there's my bunny. Oh, I need to color his face as well. I did pull out a light pink to give him some color to his cheeks. And I'm going to do it the same way that I did all the other ones. I colored the bunny's face gray, and then the last thing I did was went back in and added pink to his cheeks. And on the side that I'm leaving lighter in color with the gray, the pink will probably work better than it will where I'm adding a little bit more heavier pigment on the left-hand side. And that was consistent with all of the coloring. So the way that you blend with colored pencils is you start by laying down your lightest color first over the full image or the complete area, and then you go in and you use your medium color to add a little bit of depth and shadow, and then you use your darkest color to go in and add a little bit more, and then finally you go back over the whole image again with your lightest color, and then you can go back in with your darkest pencil and redefine a little bit of those darkest areas. Okay, so now that I've got the bunny's fur colored, I'm going to go in with a light pink and add some pink to his cheeks. So I'm getting some pink detail there, very, very little. And I bet I won't get any over on this side. Yeah, there's just little too much pencil built up already in the paper. So you can see how the other pencils, oops, I forget I'm so close. You can see how the other pencils allowed me to get pink in the cheeks. But this one is not really. So a way around that is I could have put the pink down first and worked my gray around it, but I think that's sufficient. All right, so now I'm going to move on to, oh, actually I'm going to put some pink in the bunny's ears here. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the bunny's hat. So I'm going to start with this light mustardy color. You can see how the pencil is sharpened to a square. Interesting. So I'm going to just start really, really light. Very little pressure. They do put down really nice pigment, just with very little pressure. Now we'll go back in with a slightly darker brown. And I'll go in with the darkest of the browns. Go back to my lightest, oops, and go over the whole thing again. And then I can pop back in some of those dark details. Just like that. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. All right, so I'm going to move on to the bunny's overalls. So I've pulled out 3 blues. And these are the similar to blues that I had in all color palettes, so that's why I chose, or all markers. So that's why I chose these 3. So I'm going to start with my lightest one, then I move on to my medium one, and then my darkest one. And I'm just using really light pressure. Nice and even. Okay, then I'm going to use my medium blue and add a little bit of depth up here of color up to the shoulders, and then down at the bottom of the pant legs. And again, I'm just using really light pressure. And then I'm going to use my darkest blue and add a little bit more color. I'm going to use the lightest blue then to go completely over everything again. And this will blend all those pigments together. See how nice and smooth that is? Oh, that's beautiful. So as you color with colored pencils, you typically will roll the pencil around in your hand as you're coloring, and that allows the point of the pencil to stay sharper longer. You keep a finer point when you roll the pencil. Rolling these square pencils is a little bit awkward. It's not impossible, but it's not as fluid as a round pencil or a standard shape pencil. It's an octagon or a hexagon, octagon, I think. Octagonal. So you can roll these, but it is a little more awkward. So I'm going to go back with the darkest blue and add more contrast to those areas that I want the darkest. There. I think that's pretty cute, actually. Not bad. So now I'll move on to coloring the bunnies. I'm going to color the hoe and the little fork here just gray. Just a medium gray. Nothing fancy here. Just to get some color in there. Now I'm going to use orange and a darker orange, light orange and a dark orange to color his shirt and the carrots. So I'm going to start out with the lighter orange. And these are such small areas, it's not like you have to get too carried away to do some blending. But we can give it a little bit of depth here. So just using the darker orange to add some more color on the bottoms of his arm and the left side of the carrot. And then I'll go back with the lighter orange and just blend those out. Oops, I went outside the lines there. Fired. Okay. Pretty cute. So I need to add a little bit of pink to the bunny's nose, and then I need to color the flowers on his hat. And I was coloring the flowers orange and yellow. Nothing fancy, just doing a quick splash of color. And the last thing I need to color is the ground beneath the bunny. So I have pulled out various different colors of brown here. I think I'll stick to 3. I think this lighter color brown I pulled out for the hat. So looks like we've got there we go. I had to figure out which one's the lighter brown. And again, just with really light pressure, just doing some nice even strokes there. Now I can go in with the medium brown. darker brown. That was my finger dragging on the mat, if you're wondering. And now I'm going back with the lighter color brown to finish that off. All right, so there's our bunny colored with the, what are they called? Brutfuner square barreled pencils. Let's see if I can show you the name. That's pretty hard to read. And again, they do have the square barrel. I'll put a link to them on Amazon if you're interested. I think they're nice. Again, I don't know that they're any better than like the Polycolor or the Prismacolor. I would think those were probably just higher quality pencils in general. But for a budget-friendly option, I think these are nice. Let me try sharpening one in my little pencil sharpener. This is the one that I use. It's not a very expensive one. It's like a couple of dollars maybe in an art supply store. It is the M&R sharpener made in Germany, and it has 2 pencil sizes, and the blades here are also made in Germany. So I'm just going to see if it fits. It does fit in the smaller side. Let's see. It's not yet sharpening. It's gotta it's gotta whittle off the shoulders of that square pencil first before it starts sharpening anything. Here we go. And you do want to twist the sharpener around your pencil. Oh, wow. That's nice. Let's see how that works. Very nice. Nice. So if you use your pencil, if you hold your pencil further back on the barrel, you'll be able to rotate it a little bit more easily, I think. Oh, it's still awkward to rotate, but I think what this does though is allows you to rotate it equally, you know, in fourths. So that does keep your point sharper. Nice. See, I was able to keep a really nice sharp point there. Very nice. I'm impressed with these but quote-unquote budget-friendly pencils. They probably don't have light fast or anything like that, so you know, don't use them for your artist quality images that you're going to sell. But for card making and coloring stamped images, I think they would be fabulous. So I will put a link to these down below, and I will continue to use these, and you'll see me use them in my colored projects in upcoming videos. So I hope this has been helpful, and thanks for watching. It was actually pretty fun. So thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.